Amen, amen. Awesome. Isn't it good to just worship God? Just makes you feel like you're right at home doing what God created you to do. I love it. It's beautiful. Well, we're so glad that you're here this morning. We welcome you to Shoreline Church. If you're watching online, we welcome you. Hope you're having a fantastic morning. And, I was out west, for first service. It's just so much fun to just see this big, beautiful God family worshiping God together. It's just the most people they've ever had, and just a lot of energy and enthusiasm. So anyway, just want to say hi from part of the rest of the family. And I wanted to read you this beautiful verse out of Luke 8, verse 22 through 25. And it's a little story, and it says, one day Jesus said to his disciples, let's go over to the other side of the lake. And so they got into a boat and set out, and as they sailed, Jesus fell asleep. But a squall came down on the lake so that the boat was being swamped, and they were in great danger. Sometimes we read these little stories and we just think, it's no big deal. But it says they were in great danger. It says the disciples went and they woke him up saying, Master, Master, we're going to drown. And he got up and he rebuked the wind and the raging waters, and the storm subsided and all was calm. Isn't that a good story? And I love this story because it just shouts one clear message that God is with us. No matter what we face in life, no matter what difficulties we have, God is with us in the midst of the battles and the storms and the problems of life. And, last week, I've been out at West a couple of weeks in a row, and last week I was there. I was talking to a girl named Nadine Romig, and Scott and Nadine have been with us a long time, and Nadine's family had their house burned down, not them, but her parents' home burned down to the ground in the fires in Bastrop. And she said, my parents are strong, they're courageous, they know everything's going to be okay, they're fighters, it's all going to be good. But she said, you still have some devastation there, you just realize that your possessions, the things that you've grown up with, just aren't there anymore. And so they were kind of distraught and sad about it. And at the same time, their little granddaughter, Scott and Nadine's daughter, was having a birthday. She was turning 4 years old. And she wanted a birthday gift, and they said, well, what do you want? And she said, well, I want a little boat with little figures of Jesus and his disciples in the boat. And they thought, what in the world? Where are we going to find this thing? But they didn't even know if there was such a thing. But they found one. And it was like, one of those Fisher-Price-like things. And it had these little figurines that you could take Jesus and the disciples out. And they came over one afternoon, and she was playing with that with Jesus and the disciples in the boat. And Nadine's mom said, it just reminded us and reassured us that no matter what boatload of trouble we're in, that Jesus is in our boat with us. And so it doesn't matter, because it's the truth. Jesus is always with us, no matter the storms, no matter how difficult they get, no matter how much the rivers rage, no matter how much destruction fire does, no matter how little finances we have, no matter how crazy your kids are acting, no matter how difficult your relationships are, no matter what, God is with us. And with Jesus in the boat, I'm telling you, it's all going to get calm. It's all going to get calmed down. The storm, the waves, the wind, the trouble, Jesus in our boat means peace. And so this morning, we just want to be mindful of the fact, of course, all the different things that are still going on around our nation and our world, especially in the Bastrop area and around. But at the same time, we know that every one of you have problems, have difficulties, are going through different kinds of storms. And we want to pray with you that God will just calm those to a whisper, so that the waves of the sea are still, so that you're going to get to that other side, just like Jesus said. Amen. And so this morning, if you want some prayer, if you want to join us down here for prayer at the bottom of the risers, if you're watching online, you can call the number on the screen there. But we are just so honored and blessed that you're here this morning. Let's continue to worship this amazing, amazing God as we keep our focus on Jesus. Amen. With him, everything's going to turn out all right. Let's worship him. Amen.